Steven Stokes writes in, when you won the TV title from the Great Muta, was a longer program ever discussed, or was Muta just on the way out and you winning the championship was a way to take the belt off of him?
Well, I'm not sure the circumstances if he was on the way out, but I think when they told him they wanted him to drop the TV title, he decided he was going to be on the way out. I enjoyed working with Muta. Um, it was difficult in one facet that I didn't feel like he wanted to do the honors, and I didn't feel like he wanted to work as hard as he possibly could because he was a very talented guy. It was like working with Ricky Steamboat. He was so smooth. I worked with him in Japan in some 6-man tags, and it was funny. I was talking to Ron Simmons at Starcast last. And Muta was on the stage, and he was talking, and I reminded Ron. I said, "You remember back to where's Austin, you and me working in 6-mans with those guys, Hase, him, and another one of the Japanese boys." And we said, "Okay, now Muta, we want to feed you a hell of a comeback here on this deal, and we're all going to feed in, and we want you to do this and this and this." "Oh no, too much, too much." What? No, too much. The guy didn't want to make a comeback. He's a little bit lazy in that respect. But other than that, I mean, the guy, and maybe it was, I don't know what it was, but anyway, very talented, a big star. That's all I got to say about that.
Do you think, Gary Hart hurt him in the NWA behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think maybe, it's possible. I mean, I didn't know Gary. I didn't know, let's put it to you this way. I was never privy to see a conversation between the two that I could hear. I saw a few, but I didn't hear a few.
I guess what I'm asking is, I think for better or worse, in certain circles, Gary had a particular reputation. And I just wonder if maybe Gary rubbed people the wrong way, and as a result, any sort of potential there was for a Great Muta, they felt like, well, we don't need to roll the dice and maybe give this guy a little more. Now, I've never met Gary. I don't know anything about what I'm talking about. I just know I've heard a few old timers say, well, Gary Hart probably hurt him in that deal. And I just wanted your perspective on if you think that's true, and B, could you expand on what that maybe means?
Well, you got to remember this. You got to go back, and this is being fair. I'm trying to be fair. You go back to a time where if you got beat on TV too much, it hurt you.
Right.
It did hurt you. But when you're in a top match with a top guy and something at stake, it's very easy to make everybody win if both guys are on board. And I feel like that's what happened with that match. I don't know Gary either. I haven't spent any time with him. I just, I go back to Slater and Orton. He was managing them at the time. So I was digging that whole package, but I was just a fan. I was just a late teenager and just going, man, I'm digging all of this. But when I had to deal with him on my own, I mean, I never dealt with him. It was just like, see conversations that were sidebars off to the side. So I don't have that information either. Wish I did.